Hi everyone, so here it is. Thanks for checking this video. This is my introduction to the maintenance physique regimen that I've created. I just this morning finally got done the last session for the workout regimen, so I just accumulated all the videos I needed to get done inside the gym, and it's taken about 6 weeks. So I am sorry for teasing it and for the people who have been waiting on this. This is just free information I'm putting out there since I've had friends and family ask me the last few years what it is I do in the gym to maintain my physique, and here it is. So this is basically just an intro. This is my room where I do all my editing. I have my whiteboard here where I'm going to be describing what it is I do inside the gym, describing the exercises and like the layout of the routine, and how it is I perform the exercises. So what I'll be doing is also overlaying the video footage that I have in the gym over what I'm talking about for the exercises, just because it is long and tedious. I'm going to try and show as much as I can for my sets of every exercise, but honestly, if you see me cutting off some of the footage, it's only because I find it's long and tedious. I'm not going to have, 25 to half-hour videos. This video itself is going to be long, so I'm sorry about that, but it is a lot of information, and hopefully it turns out okay by the end of it. So anyways, if you want to go ahead and skip to the next video, by this point, I have a lot of information coming up. If you've already been familiar with a diet plan, then go ahead and skip this video to the next one, which is the first week's routine for the workouts. Assuming that you've already been bodybuilding for a while, or doing some weightlifting or some kind of exercise plan, that you're on a steady diet and it's somewhat clean, so you don't really need to watch this video, so you can go ahead and skip to the first week's routine. But this video is just basically explaining what it is I'm going to be going through for the next 6 weeks worth of working out. And the first video will be the diet plan. Again, it's key. So the diet that I'm recommending, it's something that I used to do to stay lean and gain lean muscle mass slowly. It is a maintenance physique regimen, so if you're comfortable where you are with your physique, this is the perfect plan to stay lean and slowly gain muscle mass, making it like a lifestyle. Anyway, so the diet plan that I'm showing again is a 6 meal a day plan. Something I'm comfortable with. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, I apologize. There are alternatives out there to these meals, but although the meals that I recommend for like my protein shakes and stuff like that, I have a clip of a protein supplement I recommend, which is plant-based. So that right there will be one I recommend for the vegetarians to kind of add in as a filler meal in between your solid meals. Anyway, so I'll just get right to it. I have a video coming up continuing this one here where I'm talking more in depth of what it is coming up over the next 7 videos. So hopefully you enjoy, and we'll catch you on the other side. Thanks again for checking this out. Diet is key if you want great results in the gym. That's what this first video will be mainly about. It's also an introduction to my regimen, but I'll be showing you the contents and ingredients going through a day's worth of cooking that I do, or at least that I recommend. I do cheat on my diet a lot. I like great tasting food. Ice cream is my weakness. If you know me personally, you know that, but you also know not to do as I do. Just try to do, or at least follow what I'm suggesting. Because with a clean diet and consistent diet, you'll have great results, especially with this workout regimen. Anyways, moving on to the second video, we got the first week of the 4-week body bulk. So that's the bulking period of this regimen, where you'll be gaining the most muscle mass. And there's a key component in there that when you go to watch those videos, I'll be explaining it more thoroughly in that. But you'll be able to see why you get great gains from it, especially with a clean diet and enough calories. Moving on to the first week, we have compounding. These lifts are your essentials and staples to a great foundation of bodybuilding. So like your bench press and squats, that's more of those compound movement focused exercises here. So you have your first week there of the body bulk. Second week is the third video we'll have. So that is stimulation. We'll be having more isolated movements. You got your bicep curls, your flies, your rear delt flies, all that stuff, to hit your body in a different way. Week 3 is tension. We start bringing in more cable pulleys and movements on the cables, because there's constant tension throughout that movement. It'll hit your muscles in a different way as well, and get great results from that. The 4th week is my favorite. So the 5th video will be showing off the aesthetic beatdown. I called it that because it's aesthetically you look amazing. After the 4 weeks, you have big broad shoulders, and your arms are jacked, because the way you're hitting your muscles in there, they're more focused on almost like a superset, but not necessarily. You're just hitting the opposite muscle groups of each other. Like you're doing your bicep fully on that Friday of that week, but then at the end of that workout, you're also doing your triceps. So you're doing the entire arm in that workout, and aesthetically you just look insane at the end of that. So anyways, after those 4 weeks, typically any other workout regimen, you just restart back to the top, which is what I was doing 4 years ago, but I found I was plateauing. My body built a tolerance to it. So what I did in this program is I started adding in these plateau breakers, I call them, so that you can kind of substitute these. I'll be adding in probably more workouts that I've done in the past as well that I had great results from, but these are my favorite ones. I get insane results from these. So you can substitute these. This is a 1 week full body routine. So that one there, you would do on the 5th week, and then you'd hop back to the top. You start over again to do that body bulk. So just to explain a little bit about this, when that video comes, I'll go thoroughly again into that program, but it's basically a 2 week full body split. So you have a 2 day full body split. So you have your Monday, you're doing the entire body in that routine with compound lifts and isolated lifts as well. But when it comes to the Wednesday or Thursday, depending on your recovery period, I tend to do a Thursday because I like to have the 2 days to recover my entire body, and then I hit the body again on the Thursday, but with different exercises. You're targeting the muscles in a different way. So that's the full body routine. The 6th week program, you would do after the 4 weeks again as the 5th week. I call it superpower because you're supersetting everything. You start off the Monday with like your legs and shoulders, and then Wednesday your chest and back, Friday your arms. So you're doing bicep, tricep, everything opposite of each other, and you're supersetting the entire workout. But you're going for power. So why I call it superpower. You have your heavy weights. This is where you actually get to focus on building that strength and going for heavy lifts, so that you get that hard muscle gain. But there's a key ingredient to this body bulk that I haven't explained yet. I'll go thoroughly more into that, but essentially you're going to be putting more tension on your muscle because of this technique, which allows your body to do lower reps, which is your focus naturally as a natural lifter. Not to say anything against bodybuilders out there or whoever's on like the testosterone boosters and all that stuff, whatever it is you're taking, that's fine. This program is great for anybody, whether you're natural or not, whether you're new or intermediate. But the focus on this is for natural muscle gain. Depending on your calorie intake, obviously you'll gain more muscle. When I first did the 4 week body bulk years ago when I was 24, I had the experience to gain like 18 pounds in 4 weeks, mostly fat because I'm a natural lifter, but I had some muscle gain out of it, which was nice. But then when I went to cut down, it took me forever. So this program's a good lifestyle program to maintain your muscle mass while staying lean. So let's talk about diet, which is why we're here for this video right now. I'm going to be showing the contents and ingredients for the daily cooking, so a day's worth of the meal plan. So anyways, let's move on to that. I'll be showing off my fridge, I guess. The majority of my groceries are from Costco, so I get the bulk of it from there, and also the Royal Canadian Superstore, which I'm pretty sure is Canadian based. So if you're not in Canada, if you're in the States, I know you have a Costco in the States. I lived there for a bit, but I'm sure you have some kind of grocery store to get the other ingredients that I get from the Superstore here in Canada. So again, this is all Canadian, so the prices I'm talking about, whatever it is, it's all Canadian. For the meal plan itself, I had broken down the meal plan into 6 meals. So you get your 3 solid meals throughout the day, and then 3 filler meals. The filler meals are mostly supplementary, kind of like a protein bar or protein shake, and they're like short stop meals, I call them, because they're just to keep your metabolism up and running and feeding your body excuse me, the proper macronutrients, and to get that protein intake throughout the day that you need. And I find I have more energy when I eat throughout the day before I go to the gym. And also that first hour in the morning is crucial if you want to have great gains and results. If you're fasting, you can condense everything in that time slot, but if you're only eating at night, you're not going to get that natural testosterone boost. Like if you consume all those nutrients first hour in the morning. Like right when I wake up, I like to just take my my eggs and my whatever supplements I'm going to take, like my multivitamin, with my 6 eggs in the morning, my oatmeal and banana. So that's the first meal. First meal of the day, I got 6 whole scrambled eggs. The whole eggs, not just egg whites, but I eat the whole thing. I like them scrambled. I have a bowl of oatmeal and a banana. So I'll show you the ingredients to that meal right now. I actually have everything here. This is the lid to the eggs. So I have 2.5 dozen of eggs. So this is 30 eggs from the Grey Ridge brand. I get this from Costco or the Superstore. They're sometimes on sale at Superstore for $5 for 30 eggs. It's a good price as well, but it's $6 at Costco. You can't go wrong there. That's for the eggs. For my oatmeal, I have this regular President's Choice. This is from Superstore. If you're familiar with it, you know that's President's Choice. But this is just the regular oatmeal box here. These are already pre-packaged, so it makes it nice and easy if you want to count your macronutrients, if you're tracking all that stuff in your progress in your diet. This is excellent. So they're pre-packed. Regular, I know, is almost tasteless, so it's kind of bland and boring. If you want to add flavor, you could always add like artificial sweetener to it, or myself, I like to add either a little bit of honey, like a natural honey, but then you're adding sugar. But anyway, so I add in either a half teaspoon of peanut butter, like a natural peanut butter, or some honey. But I like to keep things low sugar, and I try to only get my sugar from the fruit. So I get a banana in the morning, also from Costco, but you can get them anywhere, obviously, if I get the bulk from there. But I keep it low sugar just because I find I'm sluggish if I consume too much sugar throughout the day. It's like eating ice cream. I'm just tired the rest of the night if I have a bowl of it or a scoop. So I try to veer off the sugar. Obviously natural sugars if you do want to consume it. So you could always add in like a little bit of an artificial sweetener, whatever it is, if you really want the taste. But then you can just buy the maple brown sugar one, which I still have a pack for my guests when they're over. I got this one here, not even open yet, but this is the maple brown sugar one. But this one has 12 grams of sugar, whereas the other one has none. So just easier for me to stay off the sugar and add a bit of protein for that good source of fat in my diet from the peanut butter in the bowl of oatmeal. So that's the first meal, solid meal of the day. Second meal is one of the short stop meals. It's like a filler. You have either like a protein shake or a homemade protein shake or a protein bar. Protein bars are easy to just toss in your gym bag or whatever bag you're going to work with, and it's just easy to carry around. Protein bar is great for that. Also a protein shake as well. It's not as compact, but it's great too on the go. But I like to mix mine fresh and drink it right then and there. So if you're having a homemade one or whatever it is, I take this. I have an isolate and a mass gainer, which I wouldn't normally recommend, but this is a lean mass gainer. It's from the Perfect Sports. It's made in Canada. It's banned substance free. It's 10 pounds worth, so it's a lot. I've only recently started taking a mass gainer. I don't normally recommend it, but it helps me hit the calories I need throughout the day, and it's a lean bulk one, so it's nice. It's only 15 grams per scoop, but the recommended serving dose is like 4 scoops. So it turns that 10 pounds into like 18 servings. So like 18 days if you take a full serving every day, and it's gone. It's huge. So you just wasted all that money on that. But I add in a full scoop with that. So it's just a one scoop serving, not the 4 scoops. So you're looking at like 15 grams of protein. There's only 2 grams of sugar, so it's low sugar. And then I take a full scoop of this as well. This is the PBL series from PBL, sorry. So this is the ISO Gold from the PBL series brand. This is the mint chocolate chip flavored. It's delicious, that's why I get it. But it's an isolate, so it's lower in sugar. You got only 2 grams of carbs and 1.5 grams of fat. And it's 21 grams of protein. So I toss in a scoop of that. So it's like a 2 scoop protein shake with a bit of a mass gainer, which is calorie dense. That way I get the calories in for the day as well. Not for the whole day in the 1 scoop, but it helps me hit the calories I want to hit. So that's the second meal of the day. It's the filler meal. I get my third meal of the day is the second solid meal. I have a chicken breast, whether you grill it, broil it, whatever you want to do to it. I usually bake mine in the oven. Cook it in the oven, sorry. I have chicken breast and rice and a green veggie, like broccoli or some beans. So my chicken breast is also from Costco. I usually get the organic ones as well, but it's a little more pricey. So when I'm tossing, lately I've been eating more chicken, so I kind of brought it down just to the regular one. The other one that's organic has like the no preservatives at all. It's also boneless and skinless and all that stuff. This one's just an extra lean chilled one, boneless and skinless from Costco. You get like 2 kilos for 25 bucks. It's pretty good for the price. If you have like Walmart or whatever out there, the superstore, Walmart I know sells like a kilo worth for like 10 bucks. It's good for the price, but this one is just a good quality chicken breast. And you're looking at, I mean, here I'll just put up the facts right there for you. Hopefully it focuses. So you get, I think it's 1.5 grams of fat. You get your 26 grams of protein. You got low sodium. You got high potassium. Anyway, so there's no sugar, barely any salt, anything like that. Very good quality chicken breast for the price. So I get that chicken breast in there, and that's per half breast that they're showing those ingredients. So you're looking at like 50 grams of protein for one giant breast. Anyway, so one giant chicken breast. And with my rice, I take this stuff here. Great source of carbs. This is the time-wise one. It's also like the 10-minute ready stuff, whatever. It's just brown rice. Simple to do. Cook it up. You got 10 kilos worth for like $5, 2 kilos worth. And my veggies, I freeze them. So I guess some kind of green veggie in there. It's the broccoli or the beans. Just freezing. They're easy to cook in the pot on the stove. Got your that's your second meal of the day. So it's simple. You got moving on to the fourth meal. It's just a filler meal. So it's again that same shake or protein bar. I tend to switch it up. So in the morning, for that second filler meal, or around noon, I'll have that protein shake, and then I'll have a protein bar, which is almost like a third solid meal because it's a little more solid than the shake. It's not so much liquid. So for protein bars, I got these guys. It's the Kirkland brand from Costco. These are great. They're low sugar. It's 1 gram of sugar, 21 grams of protein, 22 grams of carbs, 7 grams of fat. There's a cookie dough and chocolate brownie flavor. I like the cookie dough, and it's delicious. But you get 10 of each of those. You get 20 of them in a box for like $24. Great for the price. Good macronutrients, low sugar. You can't go wrong with that. And that's my fourth meal of the day. And then that's like the second supplementary meal. So now moving on to the last big meal of the day, like the solid meal. It's the fifth meal. And that one I have either steak or chicken breast. Lately I've been eating more chicken breast. I just find I feel better on eating chicken breast. Red meats, my stomach gets a little bit upset. But you could have either like a steak, whatever loin you want to have, and baked potato, and also some eggs with that. So I'll cook up some more eggs, toss in like a stir fry if I want to, add some rice if you really want to, but without the rice, I just have the chicken breast, eggs, and baked potato. A little teaspoon of butter. So this is some organic butter I get from the superstore because I have like that organic aisle. I get it from there. It's decent butter. Anyway, it's just butter. Then your typical baked potato. Cook one of those up. Have it with either the chicken breast or the steak. Delicious. Again, these are just examples. It's not the cleanest example diet. This is just what I do comfortably to stay somewhat lean and consistent. The last meal of the day, it's like a bedtime snack. You can have cottage cheese. So I get my cottage cheese from here. It's a little bit lighter than your solid meals, so it's like the sixth meal of the day. Cottage cheese is great source of protein, has barely any fat, but this one, again, it's higher in sugar because it's a dairy product, right? So I get the 2% one, which has 15 grams of protein per half cup, and it's 5 grams of sugar. So this is like the most sugar I take in the day. But it's either this or my protein shake. I like taking the protein shake as my last meal of the day, but it's not the same protein shake. And the reason why I like taking it is because it's a hybrid series. This I also get from Costco. You can get this on sale for like $40, but it's regular $50 for 5 pounds. Great for the price. This is by far my favorite protein I've ever had. easily mixed, just blends really nice into any, like water even. But it's cookies and cream flavor. Delicious. It's got 25 grams of protein per scoop. It's only 2 grams of sugar. So for your regular like whey style protein hybrid series, it's really good for the sugar intake. So you got 2 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs. All the information's there. But there's also this hybrid series has 5 different proteins in it. So it's got your whey protein hydroisolate, your whey protein isolate, your whey protein concentrate, and your egg albumin, and then your casein. The reason I take this before bed is for the casein part of it, because that component is key for slow distribution of protein throughout the day. So it actually says in the title for the casein, digest slowly, diffusing valuable amino acids over several hours. So in average, I think the casein protein, when you do your research on it, is like 8 hours. If you take it in the morning, it's great for the morning as well. I used to do that, but lately I take it before bed because it helps that crucial recovery period of sleep, right? When you're in your slumber, that's when you get your best recovery. So I'm feeding my muscles slowly that protein throughout my sleep. So I take that last scoop just before bed as my 6th meal of the day. That way your metabolism is still going as well. But anyways, so this is your typical diet meal plan.